everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki, and in today's video I've got an Aldi grocery haul in front of me that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. We picked up some new stuff today I'm really excited to share. We're actually going to be trying some of these things at the end of the video, so stick around for that, but I'm going to go ahead and walk through everything that I picked up today that helps me to stay on track, tracking with WeightWatchers, and just staying on track throughout the week, having easy meals ready to prepare. If you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it, and let's go ahead and get started. Thanks, Adam. So I always start with produce because we'll just quickly walk through it. It's all pretty much 0 point items. On WeightWatchers, fruits and veggies are 0, unless you are set to diabetic mode, which makes fruit points, but if you are diabetic, you should be set to diabetic, and that'll just add point values for fruits. Vegetables are still 0, and I'm just gonna be quickly walking through how I use these today. I really do like to prioritize 0 point foods in order to make my meals more filling, and I like to share that in my what I ate in a week and what I ate in a day videos, which I can link the playlist in the description for this. But starting out, I got some shredded lettuce, which I just use for tacos, burgers, sandwiches. A lot of the time, shredded lettuce is really useful when we want to make takeout food at home. So if I want to do like copycat Taco Bell or McDonald's, this is very similar to the lettuce they use, and it helps to just make it taste more like it, and it's 0 points. So I grabbed a bag of that because it looked pretty good. Usually I just see how it looks at the store because sometimes it doesn't look the best, and then I'll usually pass on it. But we do have some romaine still in our fridge, and that's why I didn't need too much lettuce, but that'll be perfect. I decided I want to make some salsas this week, so I got some jalapenos as well as some cilantro, and I also grabbed some Roma tomatoes. So I'm gonna be making some fresh pico de gallo. I also used the cilantro to make some corn salsa, which we were almost out of corn, so I had to grab some cans of corn as well. This corn is 0 points on WeightWatchers. I just strain the can and add some cilantro, some red onion, which I just realized I didn't buy red onion, but I still have one in the fridge, I think. So anyway, that's a recipe that's in my cookbook. I'm gonna be making some big batches of Chipotle copycat salsas so that we can make Chipotle bowls and tacos and stuff at home. They're also really good on nachos. But I got some regular onions because I was out of these. Like I said, I still have a couple red onions in the fridge. I grabbed some sliced mushrooms that I just like to use for pizza. Sometimes I saute these up with onions and put them on burgers. That's actually one of my all-time favorite foods, honestly, is like sauteed mushroom, onion, burger, Swiss cheese, or even like pepper jack or cheddar or something. But I really like to cook up the onions with mushrooms for a topping on burgers. It also is really nice to have leftovers and use it in like a burger bowl the next day. We got some bananas for protein shakes, bowls of cereal, and Adam just brings these to work in his lunches. And then this is one of my favorite things at Aldi. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, but these looked really good today. So it's their perfect pairing grape combination. So we've got some red and green grapes because I can never decide which ones I want to get. Usually Adam likes the green and I like the red, but sometimes the green are just better, they're juicier, but usually I like the sweetness of the red. So anyway, I like to have these as a 0 point option after my breakfasts, my lunches. Sometimes I'll add it to a snack plate, but it just helps to satisfy that sweet tooth that I constantly have after I finish eating. I got some zucchini for veggie mixes. So these zucchini look really nice. Actually, we're about to get to zucchini season. I'm about to plant my garden too. I need to get that all planned out, but I will definitely have some zucchini in it this year again, and that'll be nice when I'm able to just start getting it from the backyard instead of having to buy it at the store. But it is nice that it's a good option in the store, especially for veggie mix. It really helps to bulk it up. Same with like pasta dishes. A lot of the times I can cut up zucchini and mix it in with the pasta, the sauce, and whatever protein I have, and it just kind of blends in with the pasta. You don't really taste it, but it helps to get some more veggies in and make it more filling because zucchini is 0 points. For the veggie mix, I also got some bell peppers. So they just have these 3 packs like this with 1 of each, which I really like because even when I make veggie mixes, I find that it just even looks better, it tastes better, and it's just more of a like colorful variety that gets me excited to eat healthy. So having 1 of each pepper when I make my veggie mix just helps me. You could do 1 color pepper if you want, of course, that does work. And sometimes I just do whatever I have on hand, but I like that these 3 packs have 1 of each color. I got some blueberries for yogurt bowls, and that's pretty much mostly what I use them for, unless I do waffles or pancakes. A lot of the times I'll do frozen fruit for those as a topping, but sometimes I'll do some whipped cream and some blueberries, and I really like that, even with like French toast and stuff. I got more blueberries. These looked pretty good today. I got a cucumber, which usually I buy the mini cucumbers, but they just go bad so quickly lately. And I find that when I buy the big seedless cucumber like this, because I actually prefer seedless, it just lasts longer and I can kind of just cut it up and use it either all at once or not just have the mini ones that are in the fridge for like a week and then they end up going bad. I got cucumbers because those help to make meals more refreshing and again, add a 0 point food to make it more filling. I really like cucumbers with snack plates, so I could slice that up and then dip dip it in my tuna, or I like to chop them up and add them to different like poke bowl recipes with like imitation crab and shrimp, even like sushi copycat recipes at home. They always use cucumber and sushi, and so I like to buy that for that as well. I also got some asparagus, which is a good 0 point option that I like to use with pasta. Sometimes I'll chop it up and cook it with the pasta. I like to cook bacon and then cook the asparagus in the bacon grease and then add it all to pasta and do like a bacon asparagus pasta. I also do like to sometimes just toss the entire pack of this on a tray in the oven and roast it, and then it's just a nice side for any meal. Even when we do like burgers, or if I'm like grilling chicken or something, we have rice bowls. It just works as a nice side that helps to add some vegetables, make it more filling, and 0 points. And it also has some fiber. Another 0 point item, this is just the frozen mixed vegetable bag. I buy this every single time I go grocery shopping because I just use it so much. Especially in soup lately, this has been such a convenient vegetable option. When I talk about making meals, I really do try to build them around 0 point foods, which means I try to start with a protein that's 0 points, although I don't always use a 0 point protein, but usually I try to incorporate a vegetable into every meal that I have. I don't always do it, especially for breakfast. I feel like that's the hardest, and even lunch sometimes, and even dinner lately. I've been just having a salad because I can't think of how to incorporate veggies into the actual meal other than like veggie mix. But it is really nice to have options like this because I try to add these things to make it more filling. So to have these in the freezer, this works really well for sesame noodles, for fried rice, for soup. Like I said, it really works well for so many different things. It's really nice to have these options of 0 point foods because then it makes it easier to build the meals. I also got some eggs, which are 0 points, a good protein option that I like to have for breakfast. Sometimes I'll add scrambled eggs to my fried rice, but I just always need eggs for different meals, and they're 0 points on WeightWatchers. Okay, I did need some more pickles. So this is just like the Aldi brand. It is the Park Street Deli. These are their dill pickle chips. They also have some spicy ones that Adam likes, but they're way too spicy for me. So I just got the regular ones today because I'm usually the one who eats all the pickles. I like to add them to rice bowls or burger bowls, or chop them up and add them to tuna sometimes. I also like to just snack on them when I'm craving something salty, or when I have bad cramps. I don't know if it's a mental thing or what, but I'll eat some pickles and it always helps. Okay, Adam picked this out. It's just a coffee. So it is a wild blueberry crumble coffee, which he actually already opened it and made some, and it smells really good. We're letting it cool down right now, and we're gonna try it when we try the other things. Or you wanna try it now?
Yeah, I heard you.
I guess he heard me. Okay, we'll take a quick break to try the coffee first, and then we'll come back for the snacks after. I put my lid on mine and it's way too hot. I did add a little bit of sugar-free vanilla creamer. I'm scared this is gonna be way too hot, but
same.
It smells really good like blueberry. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's too hot to even try, but
too hot.
It actually tastes really good because
I love it.
Okay, maybe we do need to try it when we come back with the other snacks. Okay.
All right.
You were too soon.
We'll try it. Oh.
Okay, last time we went to Aldi, we got this chicken bone broth and we tried it and really liked it. I was so shocked at how cheap it was because usually half the carton is like $6 or $7 when I buy it at the store, like the regular name brands. And this was $3 for double the size. It's got a great amount of protein. For a serving of 1 cup, it has 9 grams of protein alone. So usually I'll do 2 cups for 18 grams of protein when I make soup. It's got 40 calories for that cup, and it's 1 point for 2 cups. So it's 1 point for a cup or 1 point for 2 cups, which is what I usually use, but it's been really nice as a base for soups, especially ramen I've been liking it for. This is chicken bone broth. They also had beef, but I just prefer the flavor of the chicken. I got some panko breadcrumbs, which I just use these for different recipes. I've got a mason jar on my counter filled with them and I needed to restock it, so that's just why I grabbed some. They are really nice for breading things if I bread like chicken or shrimp, or I like to use it when I'm making burgers. Sometimes I'll mix it in, or like meatballs or meatloaf or something. This is just an ingredient that I always like to have, and I prefer panko over regular breadcrumbs because it's just got an extra crunch to it. And I feel like it ends up being like a lower point option, but I usually don't use too much anyway. Some random things, I just needed some garlic like this. This is just a really nice convenient item when I'm making like pasta and stuff. If I don't have time to use fresh garlic or whatever, I can just squeeze this into my veggies or into like the sauce that I'm making. It's just a stir-in garlic paste. And then this I love from Aldi. It's their garlic salt with parsley. Whenever I top things with this garlic salt, so sometimes I'll put it on like garlic bread to top it, or if I make like hot dogs in like 2-ingredient or something, whenever I use this on top of things, Adam notices and he loves it. He always says that it's like such a nice topper, and I love it as well. That's why I use it so much. But anyway, it worked really well just mixed in as a garlic salt too, but I like to use this to top different like savory things or even like pretzels. Then we got this avocado tomatillo salsa. So this is 0 points on WeightWatchers. It's 15 calories, 0.5 gram of fat and 2 carbs, and it's got 1 gram of sugar. It's got 180 milligrams of sodium, and I just thought that maybe we could do this for like enchiladas or something. Adam actually picked this out and he has been enjoying making wraps for lunch and stuff, so he could even pack some of this and bring it to work with a chicken wrap, and it would be a really good dip for it, or even just like chips and salsa. This will be good. So 0 points. It's nice to have some lightened up options like that. And then I also got this salsa con queso, which is not 0 points. It's 2 points for 2 tablespoons. This is 45 calories, 3 grams of fat. It's got 270 milligrams of sodium, 3 carbs, and I like to use this for wraps or nachos usually. Or like I said, sometimes I'll do enchilada bakes and I want like a cheesy sauce on top. And so I'll just spread some of this, and as it bakes, it gets nice and creamy. But this is just a nice option when I want a cheese sauce. I like to use the Taco Bell cheese sauce, but it's 3 points for 2 tablespoons. And then I also like the Pace Nacho Jalapeno, which I've shared on my channel. I like to just enjoy these in moderation, but that one I think is probably my least favorite at the moment out of these 3. I think the Taco Bell is my favorite, then this one, and then the Pace. But for points, it goes in the opposite way. So the Taco Bell is actually the highest in points, but this is in the middle, and it's just one that I'll just have to use for different recipes. It's a nice option. Okay, I've really been enjoying whipped cream on creamies, pancakes, waffles. I just do like a small amount in moderation, but it's been a nice little treat, and it's something that's just been good. Even instead of like syrup, sometimes I'll just put a couple dollops of whipped cream with blueberries, and it is so good on waffles. I grabbed this because I'm almost out of the light whipped cream I have. This one technically isn't a light whipped cream, but for the serving of 2 tablespoons, it's 1 point. It's got 15 calories, 1 carb, and 1 gram of sugar. And stuff like this is kind of like the things that I don't exactly count all the time. They're like my mental weeklies. I talk about how I get a decent amount of activity points when I'm active throughout the day, but in the past I would like use those points to earn food, and it just was never healthy for me. So I don't track my points because of that, but I keep in mind that I am more active. And then throughout the day I'll have a couple things that maybe I don't track, whether it's like a dollop of whipped cream or a little bit of Bolthouse dressing on a salad or something. Those are like my mental weeklies that I just don't really track, and they end up washing out with like my activity. So this is one of those things that's kind of like that. It's a point for 2 tablespoons, and that's usually the serving I'll use, and then I just kind of don't track it. But anyway, moving on. The next thing, I've got some cheeses. I just needed more Parmesan cheese for some recipes. It's 4 points for the serving of 1 ounce, but I don't usually use that full serving. Like I said, I kind of just use this mixed in pasta recipes, or sometimes this Parmesan is really good on the asparagus when I bake it. So I just grabbed some of this, and then some reduced fat Mexican style cheese, which this one is a little bit higher point. It's 4 points for the serving. I think all the options I get from Trader Joe's are usually 3 points, but I still usually do like a half serving anyway when I use it, because I like to use it in wraps or just like in scrambled eggs sometimes. And usually a 2 point serving is enough. For the serving of a 1/4 cup, it's got 90 calories, 6 grams of fat, 2 carbs, and 7 grams of protein. I like to use it for eggs or like hash brown bowls like I mentioned. I also just use it for pizzas, quesadillas, wraps, bowls, whatever I need cheese for. It's always convenient to have this shredded like this. I also like to have slices, but I didn't need more of those today. That's what I got for cheese. Then I got some ground chicken. We recently had gotten some at Sam's Club, and I made a big batch of taco meat out of it, and it was really good. So I think I might do that again, or do some chicken meatballs, because I was kind of craving those last time. I think that that might be really good if I did chicken meatballs with the asparagus and pasta, and then I could just do a big batch of them and have some leftovers. But lean chicken is now 0 points on WeightWatchers. For the serving of 4 ounces, it's got 150 calories, 8 grams of fat, and 20 grams of protein. I also grabbed some ground beef, which it was cheaper to just get this big 2.5 pound container. It's the 90% lean, which is also 0 points on WeightWatchers. Usually I'll grab the 93%, but there isn't too much of a difference, especially with the protein. There's just a 1 gram difference. So for 4 ounces, it's 0 points, 200 calories, 11 grams of fat, and 22 grams of protein. So I'll probably do a big batch of smash burgers, or I've also been doing taco meat with this, and it's been really good, especially for like copycat Taco Bell at home. It tastes a little bit more similar when you actually use beef instead of like ground chicken or turkey. And I think, yeah, maybe I'll do taco meat out of it since I did the chicken last time. So I'll do chicken meatballs and then beef taco meat. I also grabbed some imitation crab, which we're just gonna use for homemade poke bowls with the cucumbers. I've got some edamame in the freezer, and then we'll just add some like soy sauce and maybe even like some seaweed little crisps, which we have in the pantry. But that makes it just like a nice filling sushi bowl on a bed of jasmine rice. For a half cup, it's 3 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 80 calories, 14 carbs, 4 grams of sugar, and 6 grams of protein. Imitation crab is just something that I like to have in moderation because I really enjoy eating it and I crave it the way that I crave sushi all the time. So it helps to have these options at home that I can make more filling and just using some of the ingredients that I enjoy. And I really try to bulk it up with vegetables, like I said, some edamame, some carrots, and some cucumber. Sometimes I'll even cook up some peppers with it and it's really good. But yeah, that's why I got the crab. And then we got these turkey franks, which these are 3 points for one link on WeightWatchers. I just have been looking for a good turkey frank option. I've tried a couple different brands and can't decide which one I like the best, so I haven't tried this one and kind of wanted to. It's 3 points for one link, 90 calories, 6 grams of fat. It's got 420 milligrams of sodium, 3 carbs, 1 gram of sugar, and 8 grams of protein. With hot dogs and like sausages and stuff, a lot of the times I like to make 2-ingredient dough and wrap them to make like a bagel dog, or I like to cut up hot dogs and add them to mac and cheese and make like the classic hot dog mac and cheese meal, but like a bulked up, way more filling version that maybe has some veggies like zucchini, and I'll use my protein pasta with different cheese and stuff, and I might do that with this. So I'm excited to have these and see how they are. I feel like 3 points for a turkey dog isn't too bad. And I feel like I haven't had a hot dog in so long, I've kind of just been craving one. Okay, Adam needed some cold brew. So usually we get the other brand, like the name brand. This one, I think this must be like Aldi's coffee brand now because this is the same as the blueberry coffee, but this is just a medium roast cold brew. It's unsweetened, so it's 0 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 10 calories, 2 carbs, and a gram of protein. And actually this one says more clearly, because I don't know how much the other one has, but this has 198 milligrams of caffeine, which is a fourth of this. He likes to add some ice and then maybe some creamer, some skinny syrup, or sometimes he'll just have it plain, but that's how he likes to get his caffeine in. We got some of this dip. So this was a new one. I don't know if we'll try it today or maybe save it for a snack review. It's a sweet chili mango dip, which I love sweet chili. You guys know probably what's coming at the end of this, my favorite chips that I grabbed today. But anyway, this sounded really interesting, and actually with those chips, it might be good. It is 70 calories for 2 tablespoons. It's got 6 grams of fat, 4 carbs, 4 grams of sugar, and 1 gram of protein. And it is 3 points on WeightWatchers for that serving, which is kind of high for a dip, but it just really caught our attention and we kind of just wanted to try it at least once. So we'll have it in moderation and maybe I'll incorporate it with a meal or something. Like I said though, it might be really good with these sweet chili crisps that I get. These are brown rice, and this is my all-time favorite item from Aldi. I buy it every single time I go there, and today I got 3 bags because that's what they had. So these are 4 points on WeightWatchers for about 12 of them. It's 140 calories, 7 grams of fat, 16 carbs, a gram of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. And a lot of the times I just eat these plain. I like to snack on them. I'll add them to like a snack plate or something, but they just have the best flavor. They're super crunchy. They're crispy brown rice and corn chips with flax, chia, quinoa, a hint of onion, garlic, and spices. So I highly recommend these if you can grab a bag. They're a really good option for a flavorful tortilla chip. Okay, I got some protein waffle mix, which I've been buying this and comparing it to the Kodiak, and I actually like this one better. Everything's pretty much the same, but I think it actually tastes a little bit better and less like wheat proteiny kind of. But it's the same points. It's 5 points for the serving of a half cup, which makes about 3 4-inch pancakes. It's got 220 calories for that serving, 2.5 grams of fat, 36 carbs, 5 grams of fiber, 5 grams of sugar, and 15 grams of protein. And the recipe, it just tells you to do the mix in water, but sometimes when I make waffles and stuff, I'll add some egg. I like to add Fairlife fat-free milk instead of water to just make it more protein. And then sometimes I'll even spice it up with some cinnamon, some vanilla, maybe even a little bit of brown sugar. But this is the mix I like to use, especially when I make a big batch of them and just keep them in the fridge. It's really nice because I've got a decent amount prepped in the fridge right now. Okay, this was in the freezer section, and I was actually looking for their chicken cheddar brats. I heard that they have really good brats there, and I couldn't find them. But I did find these Mediterranean style chicken patties that I was interested in trying. I know that they'd probably be good as sandwiches, but I was even thinking like in pastas or rice bowls. It's just a nice protein that's in the freezer ready for me to grab and heat up. I'm guessing they are individually wrapped. Maybe not though. Okay, no. So they're not individually wrapped, but it'll be nice to just grab one and cook one at a time if I want to. They're 3rd pound gourmet chicken patties with red onions, spinach, roasted red pepper, feta cheese, olive oil, and spices. So honestly, just sounds delicious. One patty is 3 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 220 calories, 12 grams of fat, 510 milligrams of sodium, 4 carbs, 2 grams of sugar, and 22 grams of protein, which that's a decent amount of protein for a chicken patty like this. And I'm excited to see how these are. So maybe we'll even save this for a snack review because it's something different. But yeah, I'm interested to see what we think of these. I was also excited to see that they had protein Cheerios and they had both flavors. So we got the strawberry and the cinnamon. Both Adam and I like them, and we've been incorporating them just as bowls of cereal, or I like to add it to my yogurt. He likes to top his protein shakes with it. This is just a nice cereal option we've been buying. For the serving of a cup, it's 5 points on WeightWatchers. They are both 150 calories, 2.5 grams of fat, 24 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 12 grams of sugar, and 8 grams of protein. This was something we tried in our snack review. We tried both of them actually, and one thing I said is that I wish they didn't have as much sugar as they do, but it's still an option that I like to have in moderation, and it's been a good cereal that's helped me to get just a little bit more protein in. I keep that in mind when I have it, and I have it in moderation, but it has been nice, and I was happy to see it at Aldi. Okay, I was feeling snacky today, so I just kept stocking up on all these different like crackers and trail mixes and stuff, but as you guys know, I like to make snack mixes, so having these options is really nice. And I can link my snack mix video in the description, but some examples of things I like to mix in with the Air Pop popcorn. So they had these Lesser Evil Space Balls, and these are the pizza flavor, which another thing that we've tried in a snack review and we really like these. They're 130 calories for about 50 balls, 6 grams of fat, 18 carbs, and 2 grams of protein. And it's 4 points for that serving on WeightWatchers. But again, a lot of the times I'll just do like a 1 or 2 point serving. I just weigh it out in grams using my food scale. Another snack I'm excited to try, this is a Zesty Ranch trail mix, and I wasn't gonna get it at first, but then I read what was in it and it just sounded so good. So it's 5 points for the serving of a third cup, 150 calories, 10 grams of fat, 14 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of protein. When it comes to nuts and stuff like that, it's always just gonna be a higher point option, but I still like to incorporate them. This has a blend of smoked jalapeno flavored blanched almonds, ranch seasoned cashews and pretzels, jalapeno flavored cornbread crisps, and crispy jalapeno peppers. So I'm curious to see how this is. They had so many different trail mixes this time and just really good flavor options. I do try to be careful because some of them are kind of salty, but this one has 210 milligrams for the serving of a third cup, and we might have to see how it is. The other thing we got though, we got these pretzel honey mustard crackers. These are 4 points on WeightWatchers for the serving of about 14. These might be really good with tuna and like as a snack plate, but for the serving of about 14, it's 130 calories, 4.5 grams of fat, 20 carbs, 2 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of protein. And I think we're gonna add this to our pile of stuff we're trying too. So we've got 2 more things I'm gonna go through and then we're gonna try them. But these are specifically Easter products that are gonna be higher in points, but it's all about moderation and enjoying things and having balance, and that's what I really like to show on my channel. Like I've even showed you throughout this video, I really do prioritize proteins and vegetables and fruits and 0 point foods, and then I throw in all the other stuff and just make it sustainable with stuff I enjoy. So that's how I have balance. Anyway though, I just always like to say that before I show like sweets and stuff, but this is a carrot cake flavored kettle corn that sounds delicious. It is 140 calories for the ounce, which is about 1.25 cup. It's got 6 grams of fat, 21 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 12 grams of sugar, and 2 grams of protein. I want to see how this is. I'm excited because I love carrot cake. And then the last thing, Adam picked these out because he really wanted them. They are chocolate truffle eggs, and he knew if he showed me the flavors on the back that we would end up getting them. So there's mousse, strawberry rhubarb, lemon mousse, sea salt caramel, and raspberry cream. For 2 pieces, it's 7 points on WeightWatchers, 130 calories, 7 grams of fat. It's got 15 carbs, 13 grams of sugar, and 1 gram of protein. So honestly, these really aren't that much of like high point options, but they are sweets that I like to have in moderation, and we're gonna be trying them today. First, do you wanna try these honey mustard pretzels really quick?
Yeah.
So these are the pretzel honey mustard crackers. They kind of remind me of like those Toll House. Oh wait, no, they're just full cracker. I thought it was like one side cracker, one side pretzel.
Yeah, those are one of my favorite ones.
But everything honey mustard is so good.
Right?
Cheers.
Cheers.
They're like smaller than I expected, but kind of thicker.
Yeah, I said bite size on them. Yeah.
But yeah. For 14 for 4 points.
I was gonna say, honestly, a snack plate, like you said, those would be perfect with like tuna or something.
Right?
So good.
That would be really good to dip, yeah. Yeah, because usually we like the little nugget, like crummy ones that you can't dip with anything, but I think that the honey mustard flavor with tuna is good.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've got the Zesty Ranch trail mix. This is one of those where we've got to make sure we get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it smells super jalapeno.
It does. So
making my mouth water.
Right.
Ready?
Ready.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my gosh, those crisps are so good.
I was just about to say, I just want a bag of the cornbread crisps.
They're literally jalapeno cornbread crisps. Oh my gosh.
My mouth is watering from the like, it's not like over the top spicy, but it definitely has a kick. But like, this is what I can handle. It tastes like I just ate a slice of jalapeno cornbread.
It's so good. That's dangerous.
It's really good. But again, with things like nuts and stuff like that, make sure to have them in moderation.
Yeah.
And usually we like to like weigh out the serving because it is easy to just like keep eating the bags.
Yeah, especially with trail mixes.
Let's try the coffee really quick.
All right.
Okay, so this is the coffee we were trying. It is a light roast. I didn't realize that. Did you see that light roast? So wild blueberry crumble.
I feel like most flavored ones are kind of light roasty.
True. We're gonna attempt this again.
Cheers.
I feel like blueberry and raspberry are like two of the fruits that work with coffee.
Yep. I actually really like blueberry coffee. Like I've had it before and it's really good. And that's really good.
It kind of tastes like, I don't know. It does have like that desserty artificial blueberry flavor, but it's good.
I like it.
Okay, let's try this. So this is our carrot cake kettle corn. I like their packaging. So here's what it looks like. Nice and drizzled.
I love kettle corn.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, I'm not really getting carrot cake.
No.
To be honest. It kind of just tastes like, which actually the other flavor was like sweet vanilla. And I almost feel like this just tastes like sweet vanilla with like a little bit of like the spice of, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of carrot cake, but it tastes good.
Yeah.
I like kettle corn a lot.
Right? The chocolate almost tastes more just like the cream cheese of carrot cake.
Yeah. Honestly, it's giving me more like birthday cake vibes than carrot cake vibes.
Yeah, I agree. It's more just like a vanilla-y type. Okay, and then the last thing we're just gonna quickly try for fun, one of these chocolate truffle eggs, which maybe we try. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, so you can have 2 of these for 7 points. I mean, that's not bad, honestly. Let me hold one
pretty
up.
indulgent.
They're probably gonna be super, super indulgent because they're truffles. So let's pick 2 flavors to try and we'll cut them now. So we're gonna try the lemon and raspberry mousse eggs today. So we've got our raspberry truffle egg. Cheers.
Cheers.
Tastes like butter.
Kind of does.
I don't really taste raspberry at all, it just tastes butter.
A little bit at the end, but yeah, not a lot of raspberry.
I don't know if I like that much. Lemon.
Cheers.
I definitely like the lemon one better.
Yeah.
The raspberry one just tastes like butter. I didn't taste raspberry, that was weird. Maybe it's because it was the white chocolate.
Might have been.
Okay, well, that was fun. Anyway, we just thought that would be fun to include because we picked those up today. But that wraps up everything that we got from Aldi. These are just the things that I have to stay on track with healthy meals throughout the week. We're gonna have a nice week of some good dinners and stuff. So,
Oh yeah.
helps us to stay on track with our journey, and I hope that you guys find it helpful as well. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.